Bonsoir and hello. It is your very good friend Chef Gregory. Today I am doing the English cottage pie. I've wrapped this one especially. Just come here and I'll tell you. This is a bit of a secret. Oh, look at that. Oh, superb. Hello. Welcome to the Batchelor Cooking Show with your host Chef Gregory. Today we're cooking from the lovely and ancient village of Naseby. Suffering catfish. Basically, today's meal that we're cooking is a cottage pie, my specialty, well, one of my many specialties. The cottage pie is basically a meat and 3 veg, glorified, whack cheese all over it and Bob's your uncle. Right, so what we have here are potatoes, sweet potato, onions, capsicum. We're going to put peas on top. When we mash the potatoes, we're frying the meat with the capsicum and the onions. We're using British butter. We're going to cover that with our beautiful extra mature Cathedral City cheese. We're going to use mixed herbs and salt and pepper. Peas, my mother, right, peas, okay, we'll talk about my mother later. Well, also, I've hand-picked these. This is wild garlic. So, we're going to put wild garlic in there as well. I've hand-picked that in the forest myself on the weekend. We peel and boil these. We're going to peel these, chop them up, chop these up, fry them with the meat, and that'll be the first stage done. So one thing I do like to put in a cottage pie is peas. My mother was a cooking sneak. She would constantly try to sneak vegetables into everything I ate. It really gave me a culinary complex. We'd have spaghetti bolognese, I'd be finding carrots and peas in it. What are carrots and peas doing in a spaghetti bolognese? I don't know. But as I got older, I started to love the pea. So we're going to stick the peas in there as well. We're going to put them under the potato. All right, so let's start by chopping everything up. So I'm just going to film it and then I'll speed it up for you so you don't have to wait around. This is going to be a very quick video just to get you into this cottage pie. It's a humble dish, but it is fantastic. Just might want to turn that heat on right now. On 5, and we'll put that on there because it won't heat up unless there's a plate on there. Well, I might as well put this one on. And I've taken a little bit of boiling some water. So we might as well be heating this up, the potatoes. There we go. So that'll heat that up and that'll keep that going and we'll get this ready here. Right, let's take this over here and just get that frying. Might even whack that up, get things moving. All right, guess we can put that on there. Hit this one. There we go. All right, so we're ready to go. So we'll get stuck into these potatoes now. Oh, better love the sweet potato. Better love it. Delicious. Right, here we go. Clear the gangway. Now to get them cooking properly, we want the pieces to be the same size when we put them in. Because the sweet potato is much harder than the potato, we're going to put that in first and give that a head start. Alright then, we're looking very good. Just come over here and check this. It's time to put the sweet potato in there, and we're going to put some mixed herbs in there. So we'll get those started. Lovely. We'll just pack these up. The humble potato, eh? God bless the potato. Finely grated onion in here, so we'll finely grate that now. That's done. Right, let's tidy up a little bit, shall we? Wild garlic. Pulled out of the forest with my bare hands. Of course, not forgetting to get some salt in there. Lovely, lovely. Not going to hurt now to shred a bit of cheese. Cheese is the staff of life. I love cheeses. One of the fundamental building blocks of cooking, along with your British butter. Lovely. We're foregoing the bacon today. It's not called for in this dish. If you're lucky, I may show you the grandfather breakfast. It is delicious. We'll do that one day. Grandfather breakfast. It's absolutely top-notch. This is a lovely matured cheese. Extra matured cheddar. Absolutely bloody lovely. Better to have too much cheese than not enough. I think that should be okay. Let's grab these potatoes and just encourage them in to the pot. There we go. And we might start applying the meat to that one. So what we want to do is just firstly just sprinkle that on top. Try to break it up, especially if it's stringy like this. Break it up as best as you can, and we're just going to let that steam on top for a little while. I'm actually negotiating at the moment. Well, I'm trying to eat everything in the freezer, and then go and purchase half a lamb. Live on lamb for a month. Absolutely delicious. There's lambs everywhere at the moment. That's right. Absolutely. As soon as I turn it on. these two here just jumped through the fence and went onto the road, and I had to usher them back into the field. Cheerio. Might put a bit of salt and pepper on that right now. Now the cottage pie, we want to keep it basic. I'm not putting tomato in it. I'm not putting all this other stuff in it. It's just a basic flavoured thing. It's just got some mixed herbs in it. Just spice it up with a bit of, I'm sort of tempted to put chili in it, but no. We're just going to keep it plain. It's a plain English cottage pie. That's it. Nothing too spectacular there. Now I've had to turn the fan on. We're getting pretty steamy in here, so it's a bit loud. Never be afraid to have a little bit of burn, a little bit of burnage. Adds a little bit of flavour to the show. Just chop through that, just to break up that meat. Lovely. And that's looking okay. Right, it's time to add the wild garlic into there. That's lovely. That should be ready. We'll just let that cook up a little bit. I'll just come under this light. The lighting here is dreadful. It's just spotlights everywhere, so I'm not getting a good lighting situation, but I'm doing my best. So what's going to happen is I'm going to make it in this, it'll be placed into this bowl, and I'm not cooking it tonight. I'm putting it in, making it, letting it cool down, and putting it in the fridge because I'm not eating it tonight. So that's part of the thing. You can make it and then slip it away. You could freeze it if you wanted to. Slip it into the freezer and get it out in a month's time, whatever. And at some later time, tomorrow or the next day, I'll be eating cottage pie for a few days. Lovely. Right, give these veggies a test. Just a piercing and probe, as it were, see if we can't bring up a sweet potato. Potatoes are still a little bit hard. The sweet potato's okay. Once we get the potato out, we're going to drain that, of course. We're going to put it milk, butter, the onion, and then thoroughly mash that up. Okay, so we're going to decant this now. So we'll just run the cold water through there for a little while, then drain that off. That'll be lovely. The crucial part of mashing potato is if you over mash the potato, it becomes starchy and gluey. So we're really going to mash as little as possible, but just get a nice texture. That's the point. Right, here's our mashing bowl and a masher. What we're going to do, I would have minded it, I would have liked possibly a bigger one, but that's what we've ended up with. And we'll just get some of this in here now. If I could find another container, I could probably make two of them. I think so. Really, we need two of these. I'll just see if I can't find another bowl. I've got myself a colander, so I might drain the potatoes off with this. I'm still looking for this bowl, another bowl, because we've ended up with, I don't think there is any more. Oh, you beauty! Look at this, saved. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Look what I found. That is perfect. So we've got two now. Lovely. That's excellent. All right then. So we just bed that down. Now the next thing is my mother's secret peeing, like a swimming pool. secret pea. You're gonna love the peas. There we go. Look at that. Lovely. Perfect. Just a nice healthy layer of peas, representing the green fields of England. Underneath is the animal produce that we love so much, and the wild garlic from the forest. Then we put the potato on, which resembles the clouds. I was looking for another bowl and I found a colander. So that's good, we can drain that off with that. So the best thing to do, so as not to over mash, is to hack them to pieces first. So we're just going to do this first and just give them a bit of a hacking, get the process going without stressing the potato out. Okay, let's introduce the, oops, not that, let's introduce the butter as the staff of life. You can never under butter. Never be an under butterer. An under butterer never be. So we're just going to give that a mix without mashing. You've got to treat this potato with respect, dignity. And now a little bit of full cream milk. I would be also not averse to putting cream in here instead. Just a touch. Probably a spoon would be better at this point. Now just give it a peripheral stamping. I've lost the masher. Has anyone seen, there's the masher. We're just going to give that a quick mash, just to break up any larger pieces and smooth it out a little bit. And that's it, we don't want to go any more than that. We can now apply this. Sure. I just find a little bit of sweet potato just gives it that little bit of tang. Oh, I forgot to put the onion in. Oh well, what do? You just sprinkle a little bit on there. That's annoying. Improvisation is the mother of invention. See if we can't embed that onion back into the potato. Fancy forgetting that, eh? It's just the pressure I'm under. But look, you know, things happen in the kitchen, you've got to be ready. You've got to be ready to fight back when things go awry. As long as we keep those layers discreet, meat, peas, keep those peas down, we should be okay. Well, that's not too bad. I think we got away with that. Now I'm just doing this just so we don't get any overflow. It's just a good idea to keep it away from that edge a little bit like that. See, this particular dish here has a lip on it, which is good. There we go. And now the most important ingredient, the muy importante, the cheese of life. Well, we've ended up with 2, so I'm going to have to put some more cheese on there. There we go, the finished product. Absolutely delicious. And of course, straight away now, we're going to clean up the kitchen. We cannot tolerate an untidy kitchen, so that's being done even before these hit the fridge. Of course, I will invite you to the sitting down at the table for the eating. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. You saw how easy it was, meat and 3 veg, like that, absolutely spectacular. So that's it. We've got 2 beautiful dishes. Well, look, I would normally put one in the freezer, but I'm trying to eat everything in the freezer because I've got to get this half a lamb and I've got nowhere to put it. So I've got to eat everything in the freezer, so I don't want to be putting them in there. So I'll just slip them into the fridge, and for the next week I'll be living on cottage pie. Absolutely beautiful. Remember, today's meal has been sponsored by Red Fox smoked cheese and Fox chocolate chip cookies. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Chef Gregory on the Batchelor Cooking Show with Chef Gregory. Thank you.
2 days later.
Bonsoir Andalo. It is your friend. Bonsoir Andalo. It is your very good friend Chef Gregory. Today I am doing the English cottage pie. I've got one frozen and I've got one in the fridge. I'll show them both to you, but I've got one frozen. I can eat that whenever in a month's time. So I'm going to get that one out and bring it back. And now I'm going to get the one out of the fridge, which I'm going to put in the oven right now. And I'll wrap this one especially. So, oh, suit you, sir. Look at that. That is ready to go. So here's the frozen one that goes back in the freezer. I just wanted to show that to you. And this is the one that is now going into the oven, which I am preheating at this very moment. I would like to say to you, now this is something that people don't, just come here and I'll tell you. This is a bit of a secret. If you cook something and you eat it on the same night that you cook it or the day that you prepare it, it's not as nice as being leftovers. Everybody knows that leftovers taste better because the emulsification and the sweetened juices come together over time in the fridge. So what you do is you cook it and you don't serve it on the day you cook it. You put it back in the fridge and you let it ferment in its own juices. So what we've got here, this is 2 days old now in the fridge. This is now leftovers before we even start, and it's going to taste so much better because I've allowed the natural flavors to emulate themselves in the dish. So let's slip this now into the oven. There we go. Now, it's always good, are you down there? It's always good to put a catching tray underneath, just in case. So I'm going to cover a catching tray in baking paper and slip it underneath. I'll show you that process right now. Look, I tell you what, they're so cheap now. This is just cardboard, serrated cardboard. It's almost impossible. Be quiet! It's almost impossible to tear the paper with a cardboard serrated edge because they want to save money and not put the little metal strip there. What do? So I'm just going to slip this underneath to catch anything so I keep the oven clean. Just like so. And there we have it. So I'll be back later to show you how delicious this is. We'll have a little taste together. Over and out.
1 hour later.
Hello, your friend is back and we are ready to go. Oh, this looks so good. Look at that. I much prefer service in a bowl. So I heated this up at 140 degrees. Any hotter and the cheese would burn before the entire dish was hot enough to eat. So just going to take this out, break that. Oh, look at that. Let's not get greedy. And there we have it, absolutely beautiful. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Love the pepper. And there we have it. Look at that. Well, the test is in the tasting. And the taste is in the testing. Oh, superb, superb. Oh, the sweet potato. The pea set it off beautifully. Oh. Oh. Absolutely delicious, absolutely delicious. I'll be eating this for the next 3 or 4 days, fortunately. And I've got another one in there that I could bring out next month. Beautiful. Well, thanks for watching. And I wish you every success with your cottage pie. This is Chef Gregory saying bonsoir and au revoir.